And we are live Wednesday night with those guys. And Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. How you guys doing this evening?
Another day in paradise.
I'm good. I'm sorry. I was just looking over my shoulder because they just announced they're giving out $1,000 fines if you don't wear a mask in New York.
Oh, really? And we are live Wednesday night.
They just announced it on the news.
Okay.
So that'll make things interesting. They need to. They need to, seriously, because the town that I live in, there's an outbreak. There's a second outbreak, and it's mostly the Hasidic community. Unfortunately, because of religious beliefs or whatever, they do what they do, and I just can't comment on it. But just like the measles were spreading, now this is spreading again. So it bothers me because now they have to start closing down stuff out here again, which means people are going to start hoarding again. So let's see where it goes.
Well,
we survived round one. I think we can make it through round two.
Well, the thing I thought was kind of weird about the whole way they did the thing with the school situation is New York City is one city.
Yes.
If you're shutting down a school in an area where this outbreak takes place, where this outbreak is, right? Okay, you shut that school down. But what about the kids who don't live in that area that go to that school? And what about the kids that live in that area that don't go to school in that area?
Right.
So if you're in a high outbreak area, that means you're in an area where your neighborhood has this issue, not your school. So you're going to live in that neighborhood and go to another neighborhood where this outbreak is not taking place, where you go to school at.
Right. I just don't.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. But they're the ones in power. They're the ones who claim they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that one. But so anyway, Paul, so how have you been?
Well, just kind of hanging in here. It's been nasty the last couple of days. Finally, the sun's come out, but now it's real windy. So,
okay. So you haven't been getting out to fly.
No.
Okay.
Well, I got 4 ships yesterday.
Okay.
So just overnight it rained again, and now it's just kind of a front went through, but it was really gusty.
Well, we're getting that front right now, Paul, and it's from the northeast going down south. Down south in the Carolinas, they're getting the outskirts of that hurricane that's going to hit the Gulf with all that rain. And then we have a cold front coming down from Canada, which I'd say the temperature dropped about 15 degrees. I still have my front door open, but it was just downpouring. And now the sky is cloudy, and they say it's going to do that off and on. I just got your alert, Herman. That's weird. Internet is slow today.
Oh, well. You're here. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, they claim at some time 40 to 50 mile per hour wind sometime between now and
yeah, I heard that. But you know me, that don't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either. I live in a basement. All I hear is a garbage can getting knocked over every now and then. You know?
That don't bother me. I live in this big ass
building. In Jersey, it's windy and rain there now. Okay. Yeah. Your weather from Jersey is coming our way.
You know me, I live in a big old brick building in the middle of Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Well above sea level.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I don't really worry about much over here.
Well, on my block here, I live on a hill. We're at the apex of the hill where it starts going this way and then it starts going down. So we're right on the drone shots. What's good? So Albuquerque says,
I got to take this call. Can you hold it for me?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Well, anyway, we have a few interesting topics. We're trying to let people get in here Marcel Roberts, how are you, sir? And welcome to Wednesday Nights with those guys. We appreciate all you guys continuing to come back. We appreciate you guys continuing to come back. And I can honestly say, and after this episode, and maybe Herman will correct me when he mics back up, but he only needs 25 more episodes, I think, to have 100 shows. He'll have to correct me on it. I think it's 25 more after this live stream. And he may have something a little planned for you guys. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Paul, what's good, man? I know you're catching boats and everything, but how's the wind over there? Because I see that flag. That flag was pretty stiff.
Yeah, it's starting to calm down. Earlier this morning, I was sitting here when I was on Canadian Drone Hub, and I look out that way. You know, remember we had the car accident and all the stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
The big tree there. All of a sudden, a huge limb comes crashing down on the sidewalk. I mean, if somebody had been walking by, it would have killed them.
That was a warning from the skunks.
Yeah, yep. They're mad at me.
Skunks droning on. How are you, sir?
What's up, Ash? Hey, Ash, what's good, man? Somebody threw something at you, Paul?
Yeah.
No, it just, he says he's looking out the front, you know, where the skunks have taken over his yard and Mother Nature taken over. And he said a giant branch fell.
Huge limb came down.
That was a warning from the skunks.
Yeah.
Complain.
So I called the city and they came by with the equipment and the big grappling hook and grabbed it and took it away.
Okay. That's what's up.
Hey, Ash, let me know whenever you're ready to do them voiceovers, man. So, yeah, guys, we got a couple of things on the...
You got a message, Herman.
What happened?
Yes, we got a message. Droning on. I need to join you guys one evening soon. Yes, you do, Ash, and I will actually join you because I know you happen to have a beer when you do a live stream, and and I could deal with that. I'd like to join you for a drink or two while we're doing a live stream. We would more than love that.
And Lawrence might bring the moonshine too.
This stream is a regular thing. Yes, Ash. Yes. Every Wednesday, Paul, stop it with the moonshine. Every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I think is about 10 or 11 your time, we're on, and it's the same thing on Sunday on my live stream. But Herman's here every
I'm here every Wednesday.
Like clockwork.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Fire. Or fire. Well, we would love to have you on here, man. Definitely. I know that there's a lot of stuff I'd like to speak to you about anyway.
Yeah. Logan, you missed the show when Lawrence was sampling the moonshine, and it was a hilarious show.
It was the holidays. Someone gave me some moonshine samplers. Never trying moonshine before. I didn't know you weren't supposed to mix them.
Oh.
Not only mix them, he was just shooting them down.
And yeah, they were like mason jars about this big. And you're supposed to get about 2 drinks out of it. And I was probably chugging them like shooters.
Yeah.
Michael Blade, how are you? All right, it is a beer date. It is a beer date, Ash. Keep in touch with
Ash,
her.
I'm gonna keep in touch with you this week, and maybe I'll send you a message.
You'll see Herman next week. You'll see Herman throughout the week on YouTube, I'm sure.
We'll do something. I'll contact you. We'll set something up for next week, probably.
We'll have his people,
the week after.
Your people, and we'll make it happen.
No, Ash, you're big enough. I'll contact you myself.
What's good, Michael Blade? How are you? So what do you have to start out? I know it's early. It's 5:09. Usually we BS.
Just wanted to remind everybody that don't forget the New York City Drone Film Festival is coming up October 24th and the 25th, 2020.
And it's virtual.
Tickets are $120. It's virtual. It's similar to how they did everything else. You know, how they did the symposium and all the other stuff that was virtual this year. How, you know, because of COVID, COVID's got everybody stuck in the house.
Have a great evening, Ash. Thank you.
Yes. Have a good one, Ash.
Actually, you could name this show Ash Wednesday.
See, Paul will start a show in a second. Just give him.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, they have a lot of things going on at that film festival. Guys, go on over there, or you can just Google New York City.
It's Air
Film
Boots.
Festival.
It's sponsored by Air Boots. A lot of you don't know. Air Boots is a big supporter of New York City droning and their pilots, and they've actually featured some. Well, they didn't feature, but they left comments on some of my work and stuff. AZ Drone Dude, how are you? So check it out. It's a really good show. I missed it last year. This year, I'm definitely going to attend.
And also for you guys that fly FPV, especially you guys that fly FPV.
Here we go.
Post your videos over there. No, seriously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Post videos over there. They love it. They just love it. I'm telling you.
I thought you were gonna go with the 4 drones. That's why I was like, here we go.
No.
With FPV, but Herman is right. Your FPV videos on Air Boots, it's a European style site, and as far as I know, they're somewhere in Europe, but they do support footage, camera drone footage, and FPV footage.
Droning On says he's up for next Wednesday. Put him on your list, and he enjoyed the Ash Wednesday.
You hear that, Herman? Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
that's a good deal, Ash. Definitely.
I will send you a message.
Hey, Ash, I'll make sure I get some good beer and not drink the skunky stuff with you.
The skunky
I'll go out and get some real beer.
Well, I'm not really a beer guy, but
with you. Marcel Roberts, I feel like I already know what's going on. Well, Marcel Roberts, if you make your way through these live streams, you'll see it is a close-knit community. There's not enough time in a day for everyone in the live streams to interact. So when somebody says, hey, I'll come on and stuff like that, or they actually come on their live stream, it helps. It helps a lot. It really does.
Well, and the other thing too is when you visit some of these live streams, you get to know people. And so it's not like you're a stranger anymore, you know?
Yeah, what Paul said.
Yeah. He said.
Yeah, what he said. You know, and you know what's funny? And Herman knew this. Herman throws barbecues. He didn't this year. They didn't this year because of COVID. But last year they had a block party on Herman's block. And this is how I knew those guys were starting to go somewhere. Because you guys know Jay Santiago. Yep. He comes to the live streams and stuff. So I had to work that day. So I got to the barbecue late. And I'm look in front of Herman's building. And there's just so many people and the music's loud and everything. And some guy walks up to me and says, "You're looking for Herman?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know who this guy is." And he goes, "Those guys?" And I go, "Yeah, who are you?" He's like, "Oh, Jay Santiago. I rode down here from the Bronx to meet you guys." I was like,
see, at least he gave you a reference name.
He did, but
when I met him, I was meeting him. He didn't have a name to reference. He just walked up on me, and I was like,
"Yeah," because in a crowd like that, people do crazy stuff in New York. So when someone walks up to you like that, it's true. It is true. But Jay Santiago, he hung out for a little while. He came all the way down from the Bronx to hang out. Herman said he's having a block party. He did invite people, right, Herman?
Yeah, I did mention.
I'm having a block party, and so we're having a block party on my block. I'll be there. Those guys will be there, and we were. It was fun. Hey, Drone Nut, how are you? And welcome to Wednesday Nights with those guys.
So yeah, I had another little thing here, nothing too big, but the DRL, the Drone Racing League, has announced their 2020 DRL Allianz World Championship Series.
Mm-hmm.
Their first ever Drone Racing League simulator on Xbox.
Yes.
Now, this is featuring new competition format, new video on console, and a new way for fans to stream the sport. Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. Xbox is going big. because with this here, they're saying that the 2020 season will challenge a dozen elite pilots through 16 races.
Yes.
Now, check this out, Paul. This premieres Wednesday, October 21st, 2020 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN, Twitter, and Facebook Watch.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And what it is they Drone Racing League is actually setting up the game so that it has the exact characteristics of the professional FPV pilots, meaning the actual weight of the drone, which is very heavy, the characteristics, the flying, the speeds, and the actual tracks that they will be having their contest on.
But this is what I was just going to get at, Lawrence,
Huh?
because this is what I was just going to tell you, because all of the competition, right, will
Hey,
be
Corey.
on the simulator, right, will take place on that DRL simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's available right now for download on Xbox. Now,
Yes,
they
it
say,
is.
like you were saying, fly like the pros.
Yes, you can fly like the pros. Now, here's what the kicker of it is. By that date that Herman mentioned, this event will be starting, but it's their way, like DJI does, of testing to see who's the best pilots in the world. Because if you can win this game, if you can win these tournaments on an Xbox, the next thing is to try and then get you out there and become a drone racing league pilot. So I know a lot of people out there that have the game and are trying to do it.
You should jump on that, Paul.
Doing it, but
Yeah.
huh?
No, I
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna
telling
jump.
Paul, he
I'm gonna jump all over that, Herman.
should
Right
be on
after
that. When
you.
you up like 2 o'clock in the morning,
Yep.
you could be right there in the house. Just with your
Learning,
Right
learning how to
after
fly,
you,
right?
Herman. I'll jump
Took
on it
the
right
controller.
after you.
You could be in there like this, Paul. Oh, get it. Next thing you know, Paul's next ship video be FPV. Paul be all over that ship.
Doing flips and flops. Yep.
Paul
All
Murray,
of us
I'd love
in
to
front of
come
the
there.
cab.
I would love to come live there. Beautiful. It is there for a career IT person. How is it there for a career IT person?
There's
Cold,
it's where
cold,
it's fall right now, but
Mhm.
yeah, there's
cold.
IT positions around. I'm only 60 miles north of the metropolitan Detroit area, so
Well, all I can say is cold,
yeah.
rainy,
Well, not so much rainy, but
windy,
we get storms.
skunks, bears,
Yep,
deer
yep.
coming through your yard like
Raccoons.
balls.
You forgot the raccoons.
That's true. Raccoon families,
Yep,
killer skunks that cut down tree branches while
yep,
Paul's looking out
yep.
the
Try
window.
to hit you. Yep.
Paul has all the action on his block. Car accidents. Desmond, how are you, David?
Desmond,
What's up,
David,
David?
how
Good
you doing,
evening to you,
buddy?
sir.
Good evening, David.
Well, anyway, we have a few stories that Tom will be in later on. He's actually in a meeting right now. He says
Yeah,
he'll
he
pass
has a
through.
meeting that he was in. So
Michael Blade, you're right. Freezing winters.
I
How
tried it,
FPV
Lawrence, and I
Racing's
can't
going
do
to
it.
handle remote ID? Well, I can kind of answer that, Logan Carpenter. Well, we won't get into the DJI FPV stuff, but as far as I know, it was rumored, and this was before they even started talking heavy RFID, that there may be a component that you could purchase for $15 to $30, and you would put it in your bird, and it would probably transmit a beacon or a ping or something to show where it's at every few seconds or whatever. So as far as it coming to fruition, they also are coming out with more FPV drones that have GPS. So you know automatically any drone.
Now, there's a rumor that that DJI drone
I
may
don't
be
care.
delayed.
What if ask Herman? I don't mind. Now, what is the rumor, Herman?
That DJI FPV drone may be delayed.
Yes. I thought you wanted to hold on to that story, but since we're talking about it,
Well,
Yes.
I don't really have
Everything's-
much of a story on it.
Right, it's
I
rumored.
just heard that
Rumored.
the
It's a
rumor,
rumor.
you know.
Right, that the
And when you mentioned
DJI
FPV,
FPV drone may be delayed and may not make it this year for the holidays. But the Mavic Mini 2 will. That shoots, what are the specs on it since we're going into that part?
on what?
On the Mavic Mini 2?
Like I said, I don't have a story on that. You
Oh,
mentioned it at FPV and stuff like that, and I just mentioned that there was a rumor
okay,
that drone was being, that was going to be delayed.
okay.
As far as that Mavic Mini 2, I didn't really look into it too tough because I'm still waiting to see it come out.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they did announce that there was something that was applied for the with the I don't know if they had mentioned it was the FCC license that was applied for, but I did hear a couple of things. I didn't dig too deep on that. I was more interested in that story that I was trying to find, that stuff that I sent you.
Yeah,
It wasn't much that I found. Just that what I found, that Skydio was partnering up with Eagle View, to complete a fully autonomous property inspection
yeah,
system.
virtual property inspections.
So what I thought was interesting about this, because Eagle View, is one of those leaders in the industry in aerial imaging and data and stuff like that. So with them having different solutions and different platforms for inspections, for insurance, and and construction, and solar, and different things of that nature. I thought it was a good idea with them, but from what they're saying, this is supposedly a multi-year, multi-million-dollar exclusive partnership with Eagle View. So I don't know. You had the links on that stuff, Lawrence. Paul,
On
the
on the
question you would
Eagle
ask me, I don't mind.
on the Eagle View and Skydio.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about how virtual real estate, this would help in insurance companies and in real estate, where people don't have to go look at the house or the building or apartment anymore. They can, Skydio teamed up with Eagle View are going to use Skydio's system,
Mm-hmm.
which is composed of, hold on, 5 cameras that it already uses for obstacle avoidance, but it's going to use those obstacle avoidance cameras for 3D mapping indoors. So let's say you fly in through a doorway, it's not going to hit the door because of obstacle avoidance. While it's using the obstacle avoidance, it's also photographing the pictures in real time. So you could actually have one fly through an entire apartment. And with Eagle View's software, you're supposed to have 3-dimensional
Yes,
built
it makes the reader,
structures and stuff like that.
and you can make maps and all that other stuff.
Yes,
The
yes.
thing when I was saying to you before, when you had mentioned that, and I said basically what it is that if you remember those commercials, I think it was at BS something like that. How they said we don't make the product, we make the product better. Well,
Yeah.
that's what they did. They
Yeah.
just made Skydio better.
Yes, they did. And I'm actually looking at a video right now that they have on the link you sent me. I just want to, I want to look at it before I post it. But from what I'm seeing here, you can make Skydio do an overhead map of your house, the property, a real-time 3D map of the property is created with this drone in real time. And once they use this Eagle View software, it cleans everything up. I just saw digital pictures of how and for roof inspections also, this thing will tell you if you're losing heat and stuff from your house. So it's a great idea. Let me get the share button for this. Let me copy this.
Yeah, just turn the volume
Copy link. Here it is. Actually, you know what?
Play the video, just turn the volume down on it.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Show the video because
Hold
I
on, hold
thought
on.
this thing
Go
was,
back to it.
you know, when they came up with this idea, this was great. This is
It
a good
is. It
partnership.
is. I can share. Okay.
Yeah, you
Here we
should be
go.
able to.
This is it here. Let's hit replay. And now you can use 3D mapping. And here it is, the Skydio. It's going to use its cameras that are also doing obstacle avoidance to map an area. So as you see, he's drawing on the board. He's telling it to map. That he's basically having it map that entire house. And the drone will go and follow this. Now, this is what the map looks like. This is how 3DO sees the house. Okay, before Eagle View adds its software. Once Eagle View uses, now this is what it looks like. It'll actually digitize it and make it a high resolution picture. But the fact that you can use it outside the house and inside the house, and the fact that it already has obstacle avoidance, you know what? It may make or become the perfect device for mapping, close quarter mapping. And I'm never going to, and you'll never hear me say this because right now the Phantom 4 Pro is the best mapping drone at the consumer level there is out there. All right. But it may be able to do small jobs, whereas the Phantom 4 Pro can
Well,
do much larger objects and actually skyscrapers and stuff like that.
the problem I'm having with something like this is that this devaluates the pilot.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
this totally autonomous thing that Skydio has is totally devaluating the pilot.
That's the link there. If you guys want to listen to audio, that's their commercial. That's the video from their commercial there. What's
It
up,
was,
Roger? How are you?
great for them, but yeah, that was just my thing on it. Hey, Roger.
But
Yeah,
I think it's interesting because the
yeah.
same obstacle avoidance that you're using to map outside the house, you can use it to map inside the house,
Well, you know what's funny that you say that because
provided there's enough lighting.
well,
You know, Skydio don't fly in the dark.
well, I think they improved that. I think they improved that with one of the updates that they did on it. But what I was going to tell you is that you see that kind of system, that those kind of things have been working for a long time within in-house networks. Like, okay, if you ever remember, I told you with the way they do like all of these stadiums and arenas and stuff like that now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in network and your cameras and everything that they have for like television. You can actually use like some of the security cameras and everything
Yeah.
in the building actually lock into a lot of things. So you can't get away with anything in those places nowadays. Even if you don't think you're being seen, you're being seen.
Yeah, this is true. I just got a memory
Uh,
of my first hyperlapse ever done with a Mavic series. Remember, we were on Roosevelt Island early one morning by the lighthouse, and they had the lighthouse roped off or something, but we flew from that
you and
side
John.
looking, yeah, me, you, and John, correct.
Yeah.
That I just got a memory from that and showing my first hyperlapse done with a Mavic 2 series bird.
Okay. I only see Big John in passing now. I don't.
Because
Very rare
you
to
know
see.
how he is. He's like, yo, man, come on, fly my bird. I'm like, I don't want to fly your bird, dude.
I don't.
Come on, man, fly my bird, man. So that's how I wind up doing it. I love John for that, but you got to stop letting people fly your shit. Till this day, he's the only one I know. Yo, man, fly my bird. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fly it. If something happens, oh man, don't worry about it. Just go ahead, man, fly it. And then you fly it and you're like, ooh, ah, ooh, you know. And then
Yeah.
when she's on the ground, then you unclench your butt cheeks.
Well, you know, that's why I said to you that I was surprised with the Mini when I first seen that thing fly, and I saw it fly in the store at the DJI store, and just going back and forth to the door and around and back because nobody was in the store.
Yeah.
It's like this thing is stable for such a little. And I mean, we were inside, but for something that tiny.
Yeah, well, see, I'm kind of upset here because it's an old memory and it won't let me download the video footage.
Why?
Hell if I know. I've clicked on the video. It's an
Okay.
old, and I don't get that about Facebook. They will let you look at your memory, but if you try to download as far as a video right now, I don't know if it's true
Did,
about pictures.
did you send it to him, Paul?
What's that, David? Yeah, I sent him an invite.
Okay.
Yeah. That I click on the gear. There's nothing here to let you download it. It'll let you change the resolution. Oh, and I found out something also. I got a new phone, I told you, right? Well, well, TikTok does not let you upload anything in 1080p or higher. Because I told you that the phone shoots in 4K at 60. It has a camera that shoots in 4K at 60 in
Right.
the front and one in the back that faces you that shoots in 4K at 60. And supposedly it can record in 8K. I haven't played around with that yet. I need to have a big enough SD card inside, which I'm going to switch out tomorrow while I'm at work. But I tried to upload a video to TikTok from my phone, and it was like 1080p. We don't take 1080p.
Oh, get out of here with that.
Yeah, y'all need to get on the bandwagon because
But
more and more phones are shooting in 4K at 30, 4K at 60, and I'm still playing around with it to figure out what all the features are, but it's messed up if I'm on a social media platform and I can't record something live or upload something from my phone to a service
okay.
like TikTok, so let's see where that goes.
Well, don't worry about it. But you know what I was saying to you about that Skydio thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this changes a lot of things for guys who not only do inspections and guys that guys that are working in survey, and maybe they might do it, they might use it for these things. What's up, Bill? But they the guys, just think about the guys doing real estate, shoots. God, this is something new. This will work great for them, because when you're talking about being able to put together and download a whole set of video footage and pictures and stuff that the customer can actually get together, get down and check it out. That's great for them.
They used a drone to check
That'll
out
be
eagle
great.
nests, and eagles tried to take it out. Well, that's because they got too close with the drone. Had they been using a Mavic 2 with a zoom, I think they wouldn't have been attacked.
So
Because
David,
I was flying Sunday where there were hawks, and they were cool with me flying as long as I didn't get too close to their nest.
well, I don't know if you were that close enough.
How are you, sir?
What's
How's
up,
David doing?
Bill, coast to coast? What's good, man?
I did email Paul back saying I wasn't coming on because I had to get up early in the morning, but I thought to hell with it. I can
What's
come on
up,
for
Bill?
a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because over there it's 10:30 p.m. in
Corey Mano, how are you, sir? Corey Mano.
Well,
Drone Racing League is now on Xbox. They're looking for pilots, and I know you fly this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Here's the link, dude. Check it out.
yeah, I
Check
like
it
it.
out. Check it out.
download.
Specifically
it's
to
like
you.
a
And
box
in
score.
fact, someone said, Corey Mano, that you would be quite good at it. Whose mug you got? Canadian Drone?
No, it's just a camper van one, but I'm just saying you can tell it says old guys rule on it. And
Okay.
you can
Old
tell
guys
it's later,
rule.
the mug's smaller.
Old guys rule. Yep.
I was wondering if that was a 23 window van on there. That looked like one of those old vans from the
Yeah,
60s.
it's an old
With
the back
that,
of an old VW, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, that Volkswagen
No,
had
it's the front of an old VW.
Volkswagen had a van with that many windows.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
yeah, Corey, with that download from Xbox, you can fly the same drones and the same courses all over the world, like that the same ones that they're going to be using in the championship. That's supposed to be coming up on the
And
21st of
it's
October.
only $19.99.
What, for the download?
Yes.
That's not bad. If you check out the video.
No, the graphics are spectacular. Yes,
You
this
see
is
the
what I'm
video?
saying. Yes, yes.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
video, you can fly. Well, I'm saying fly, but yeah. You're flying in places that are all over the world. I think
That are real, right? You're flying
yeah,
in real.
and the same courses that they're gonna be flying in the championship with the
Yes,
same drones.
yes. They plan on having a contest just like Velocidrone did. No, not Velocidrone, that other drone racing simulator to see what pilots can fly their stuff and if they
So this
can
is I think
take
this
you
is the
from a
same
virtual
people looking
pilot
at it.
to a real pilot, pretty much.
I used to play, the golf simulator games, and I was great on the.
Oh, I was great at Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
man. No joke.
You give me a club and put me on a course, it was a different match.
Well, see, that's what got me. That's what made me really want to learn how to play golf, David, because I was playing Tiger Woods. I was killing it. I played Tiger Woods on Xbox for years. I used to get everyone that came out every year, I would get. And then I started to teach myself to play golf, and I learned how to play golf because of that simulator.
So you guys got good on the golf simulator and then became a lawnmower with the course.
It's a total different game out there. Yeah.
It is totally different when
Of
you
course it is.
swing.
There's no mechanics involved in the simulator for you.
Yeah, exactly. But, I used to play.
Well, not unless you play Wii Golf, the very first version of Wii, where you could stand up and do that.
Yeah.
And I even had that version.
Yes,
My friends would come over and we would drink and play golf. Yes. Right, Diane? Remember science used to come over and we'd play Wii Golf for hours on end? And she couldn't stand it.
Midsummer's Day in Scotland, I played 3 rounds of golf in a day in full daylight without any hassle at all.
You know what you must have looked like, Lawrence, playing all 18 holes in your living room.
Right, with the ceiling this close to my head. Oh, no, I wish I could move the camera. There are actually times where we'd have to swing the driver, and my thumb has hit the ceiling because I have a drop ceiling. So, yes, that has happened. There's a fly.
Hey, Lawrence, do you call those divots too?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can
sorry,
see.
Wii tennis is a good workout. It certainly is.
Well, everything on Wii was a workout because I have the pistols for the games and stuff like that. Yeah, everything was a workout for Wii because you feel like
drinks were involved when we were playing golf here.
We would have been great with 3D television.
Hey, when you guys were playing the virtual golf, did you have virtual golf carts too?
No. They just bring up the next hole.
Oh,
That's it. But we actually got good at it because then they came up with a special gyroscope sensor that you put on the bottom of the Wii controller, which made it more accurate. And then they brought Tiger Woods. First, the Wii Golf was really weak because it had little balloon-shaped head people, the characters. Then they brought Tiger Woods to the Wii system, and you could hold it like this, and when you press the button, it would dictate your swing and stuff. It was interesting. I do have a few divots in the ceiling there because, like I said, in fact, if you look up, this is a drop ceiling. Those 2 foot by 2 foot squares. So yeah, I have my share of divots over there. And we would play day in and day out, seriously. And I actually got an old pair of clubs and taught myself to play golf.
Dangerous.
So, I didn't have this belly when I was playing golf. No. I stopped playing.
To walk all 18 holes or jog?
Yes, I used to walk. My golf cart's in a room. My clubs are still intact. I still have everything.
Well, when you have a belly, here's what happens. Is you swing out around your stomach like that and you're slicing the ball. And
it chases your swing. You're right. It messes up your swing. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Stand back a little further. Well, you you gotta do is stand back a little further, Paul, and you lean forward a little bit.
It all depends on how big your stomach is.
Well, you just stand back a little further. What you gotta do is get it from over the ball. That's the most important thing. Make sure it's not over the ball. But hey, Paul, I sent you a thing there, or a letter actually, that there was a letter from AUVSI, the Association of Unmanned Vehicle Systems.
I'll have to go look.
Well, what I thought was quite interesting with them was that, you know, I hate to beat a dead horse on this whole thing of, you know, remote ID, but they sent a letter to the Department of Transportation, and
There it is.
And it was addressed to Secretary Chow, and the letter was urging the DOT to support FAA in publishing a final ruling on remote ID, to push forward on it. And for, you know, I guess they want no delays in it, but they've been talking this since it was announced, and, you know, the comments were sent into them, because what they're saying is that they, you know, we urged the department to support final ruling that sets performance regulations rather than specified. Basically what they're trying to say is that instead of, they want specific rules for what has to be done, instead of you worrying about compliance.
Right. Okay.
Well, and the thing that I don't understand, Herman, and maybe you know this, I don't. Remember when they solicited for all the comments? I've never heard a report back of what anybody said.
Right, and then this is what goes on to say in the letter. They also talk about their comments as to what they felt that the FAA should do to improve, you know, their ideas for remote ID, and they said that there were minor things that they could change.
Right.
It wasn't anything major that might trigger a supplementary NPRM. And what I thought was quite interesting about that is because to have a supplementary one, you
exactly,
would have to
Corey.
have significant changes.
Yep.
And that means that you would have to do that between now and December 1st, because if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the AMA and a couple other people who had approached them on different things that needed to be done differently in the FAA's proposal.
Right.
What we know that they are supposedly coming out with, but the FAA has stood fast and said that they are working towards the final ruling, and it will be unleashed upon us like on the 31st of December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You know, Corey Mono's got the point. I agree with Corey. He said they never looked at the comments. I think that they shuffled them off to somebody that was a nobody and says, yeah, okay.
You know what it is? They
Well, you
shuffled
see-
them off to somewhere to be read, and they're probably sitting on someone's desk somewhere in their computer or
Yep.
wherever they are on someone's hard drive.
Yep.
Well, according to Mr. Dixon and Ms. Chow, they've actually taken those. They're actually going to take those comments into consideration. And this is why I say to you, the language that's being used in this letter is interesting to me, because when you start saying about the comments causing a supplementary NPRM, which means that you would now have to change based upon everybody's comments and stuff that everybody and the things that, you know, because it's not only us that's doing this is other major organizations that are making comments too. If they have to make changes, this is going to cause another, and this will never get finished.
Yep.
So basically, what they're saying is they should just go ahead and come up with a set of damn rules for us to fly, and
You better
Forget
go by
about
it.
worrying about compliance.
And you better go by it. Yes. Unfortunately, that seems to be what they plan on doing. They're going to say, look, because of commercial droning and the new FAA drone laws, if you want to fly, this is what you're going to have to do. And they're going to leave it at that. That's going to be.
Well, that's what they're asking them to do.
Well, let's see how it turns out. Seriously. I'm not
But
going
you
to hold my
see,
breath.
they
I'm
have
not going to
been,
hold my breath on that one, bro.
but they have been urging the FAA to move on this thing since day one.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's hope.
So what's good over there, David?
I'm,
Anything good on the travels?
well, I thought today's video I put out was pretty good, but nobody else did.
Hold on a second. You put out a video?
Yeah, there's some drone. There's 3 different locations.
But how come I didn't get an alert? See, Paul, that was a warning from the squirrels.
Yep, that was my squirrels were attacking me. I think it was.
You know, that's funny because Desmond, I know I have you on. See,
When did you
I
put
don't
it
like
out,
when
David?
people say a video comes out and I don't get an alert, because even if I don't get a chance to watch it, I put it in a watch later folder so I can get around to it. But Desmond Donders.
When did you put it out, David?
It would have gone. It was 6:30 this morning, our time. So that'd be.
Why don't
1:30.
Desmond Donders?
It's called Whale of the Time or something.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not have the bell clicked.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so, okay. And now I have it in, now I have the video on my watch later. Okay. And
It's
now I
one,
see in the video that your beard really doesn't touch the ground.
Where was I? Yeah, there's 3 drone flights or 3 different places where I flew the drone in there, and 3 very different locations. But they were my sort of 3rd, 4th, and 5th flights with the Mavic Air 2. So
Okay.
Okay, JSK. Let me go to his too. That I see. Everyone's now JSK. I have the bell clicked for you, and you said you put out something a day ago. Okay, I see something from a day ago. All right, I have some videos to watch later. I like to try and go by people's pages, and sometimes it's hard because you can actually spend hours watching videos if you do that.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like a job. It is, and then you have to be courteous and try to comment and let people know that you stopped by, and it becomes quite tedious after a while, especially with Paul putting out videos every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes, tearing up damn YouTube server. They don't charge you extra.
I get a discount.
A discount.
Volume discount.
yeah, bulk discount. Yeah.
What they do? They use your electricity?
The guy upstairs has got 3 YouTube servers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the old
Okay, so how about this, Paul? I know for a fact when it starts lightning and thundering, you open the roof and just send up a lightning rod for electricity. That's how you're doing it, huh?
Yeah.
Because you're evil scientist.
Well, I'm close to the water, and I got a water wheel going over there.
Oh, see, now that's even smarter.
turbine.
As long as
That's
there's
why he
water.
has to feed the squirrels to keep the wheel going.
You got a turbine in the water out there, Paul?
Yeah. Because that
And you got
the current is that's an 8-knot current continual.
Okay.
Yeah, there was that one that went through while we were watching Roger. That tug pusher was really having to struggle against
He was
that.
struggling upbound, wasn't he?
There was lots and lots of motion coming from the back of the boat as the props went round, but it wasn't going forward very fast.
They refuse to do it out here.
What happened, Herman?
Turbines and stuff like that. Yeah, they refuse.
You know what? They claim, now Con Edison claims that they just got the permission. Now they claim, and I say claim because I heard this 3 years ago,
Right.
and I've not seen anything done. 3 years ago, they claimed that they got permission
Mhm.
to go green, which is why I don't know why you need permission to go green. But they were supposed to put a wind turbine farm between New Jersey and New York of consisting of 120 fans. You want to know what turbine fans I've seen since that 3 years has been? The one over there by Bush Terminal Field and one out going towards Long Beach. Only two turbines I've seen.
Well, I'm talking about in the water because if you look,
No, I'm talking to big fans. I'm talking about the big wind.
And where
the wind
somewhere like
turbine.
that, which has got that constant 8-knot current, hasn't got a bunch of underwater turbines in it.
Yeah, and that's a shame. And there are massive waterways like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how long have they been utilizing Niagara Falls? For years.
Years.
If you look at
Years.
the Hudson River, if anybody tells you that they swam from
New Jersey?
from Harlem down to Battery Park City, what you tell them? So what? Anybody can do that.
Right, because the tide goes that way.
That current is so you can't help but to do that.
In fact, guys, they have a swim contest / tournament that you swim. You do it in different legs. You don't do it all in one day, but you do it in different legs around the island of Manhattan. And like Herman said, long as you got a life preserver on that won't pop against debris in the water, you could probably drift from Harlem down to the Battery Park in maybe about an hour or so.
You probably end up keep going out to the statue if you don't hold on to something.
I'm gonna pull up a picture to show you guys what he's talking about, because the current actually goes straight south to north. And hold on, let me just
remember it's all on a hill.
Yeah.
And the water.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. This is where he's talking about swimming from. This whole area right here is the Hudson River. Okay, and the water flow rarely goes up unless there's like coastal storms or.
That ain't no going up.
But here he's talking about Upper Manhattan, Riverbank State Park. If you leaped off of here from this park here into the water, right there where that marker is.
Yeah.
You can drift all the way down, 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 past the Freedom Tower, which is in this area, to about here, where that marker is. Okay, to about here, the tip of southern Manhattan, and that's New Jersey there. Now, depending on what the tide's doing when it's coming from the East River,
you're gonna go all the way out, bro.
Yeah, you could go from here all the way down past Red Hook, where Ray works.
If you can't swim, you're going out.
Out past New Jersey, that's Bayonne, all the way out past the Verrazano, and from there is open ocean.
The next time you drive past there, look at that water, look at it move.
Watch I know. It does. The water does go crazy. The water does go crazy going. I know it always goes downtown.
Because I know
you
when
could put a paper boat in. Seriously, Paul and David, you could put a paper boat in the water or a boat in the water. It doesn't need any propulsion. The tide's going to carry it down to southern Manhattan easily.
You know, when they had that race here where you gotta run and you gotta ride a bike and then you gotta do that
the triathlon.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy was saying, he goes, I can't wait to the point when I get to the water, because once I get to the water, it's easy from there. He said anything you put in that water end up down by Battery Park.
Hey, show what's good. With the fishes, I wouldn't eat any fish out of the Hudson River, even though they would probably come from upstate New York.
You probably have. I don't know what they have up there.
I don't know what they have there, but on the East River, I know they do a lot of fishing on the East River. But on the Queens side, not on the Manhattan side. On the Queens side, they can. On the Manhattan side, I think you get a ticket fishing in certain areas.
You don't really want that fish anyway.
Huh?
You don't want that fish anyway.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
What you really would like to do is get one of those boats out at Montauk
Oh,
and
the
go
way
out with
they
them when they
go.
go to take fish.
Yes, yes, they take you out. They take you out into international waters, and whatever you bring back is yours. Not one of these rinky boats where you get on and they drop 50 lines from all of the sides of around the boat. Go out on a real fishing boat that goes out, travels out for about 3 hours.
You got to go up there early in the morning though,
Yeah, they usually leave about 3 or 4 in the morning to get to where they're going by 6 or 5, 6 or 7.
because I know someone that goes and they leave like 2 o'clock in the morning
I could believe it.
and go up there,
You because you have to prep the boat. You got to get all the
catch the
bait.
boat and
You
go
got to
out.
get all of the beer, the food. You got to have food and
But,
beer.
but when she comes back, she has tons of fish.
Oh, you're talking one of those big trawlers that drop the net here with buoys, and then it swings out with a giant net like that, and then it pulls that buoy
Uh-huh.
close, and they just
Uh-huh.
close in and catch everything in it. Yeah, yeah. That's a real fishing trawler.
Yep. She said
So
there's never a time when they go on those that they don't get good fish.
yeah, but they get everything. They get sharks, whatever's in the water, they get plastic bags.
Bodies.
No, they're usually the fish have eaten the bodies if they drifted
Just
out
push
that
those
far.
back
Paul.
in, Paul.
Yeah,
Mind your business. Put it back in.
this is true.
Just put them back in. We didn't come here for that. We be out there all day with the police.
All right, I gotta close the front door. The wind's getting too strong now. Starting to
Then
blow.
they'll be asking all kinds of questions. So you said you came out here to fish. So what were you doing with the dead body? I told you we brought it up in the net. So how'd you know it was down there? No, we were fishing. And now you don't got time for all of that.
That's
Just
true.
put it back,
Yep.
take the fish and go.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, Tom said he's coming in, right? Probably. He should be
Yeah.
shortly.
He was saying that he would hope he'd catch the second half of the
Okay.
show, but like I said, I sent him the invite.
All right. Well,
So anything going on in the
Paul
activity
can't stop.
world?
Paul can't stop yawning.
Yeah, I see that over there.
I got
Paul,
to
you got
fly. I got to fly some World War II gunnery bunkers.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, the guy that invited me there to fly said nothing about exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but me personally, I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to say it.
Yeah, swim.
There aren't many black explorers, and there's a reason for that. Me personally, that going into caves and dungeons and shit like that with a light and a camera and no, I did it for the first time. I probably will never do it again.
I'm
But
with you on that one.
we went in to see what it is where I flew, where we were flying where I live out here. There are World War II gunnery bunkers to hit ships that were coming into New York, or they were there in case New York got attacked. That would be the first line of defense out here on this peninsula. But they're dug into the ground and they have a platform where they used to have big guns, but children play in them. So this guy that I'm flying with that day decides, let's go inside and explore the bunker. If it's big enough inside, underground, we'll set up some lights and cameras and fly FPV in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
First, we crawl down into this place that looks like if a bulldozer went by one time with one push of sand, you were buried alive. Okay, so we climbed down and we cut on. I had my GoPro on. I had my cell phone light. He has the selfie stick with the light on the side. He has the Hero 9 with the extended microphone, and it's got the built-in light on top. And he's like, all right, you ready to go? Let me see if this place is big enough. And the first room we get to looks like a jail cell. So we go to the next room, big steel door in it. Looks like a larger jail cell. Make a long story short, we were in this place for maybe about 20 minutes. There was not a sound. There were no creepy noises or nothing. But after a while, he found a stairway that went further down. I said, dude, I'm not fucking going down there.
This is a reminder.
I told no, Lo, he has it on film. I said, dude, I'm not fucking going down there. He's like, well, maybe we could do it some other time. I'm like, yeah, okay, another time, but I'm not going down there now.
This is a
So,
reminder.
make a long story short, we found our way back to the outside, to the beginning of this bunker, and we could not fly inside, but that exploring shit ain't for me. I'm sorry. If I can't see 4 feet in front of me,
Scared?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me, dude, World War II bunker. I don't know who died there. I don't care. I don't care about exploring places like that. They leave that for the historians. I'm not a historian. I'm a drone pilot. So unless this guy tells me, is Lawrence a Wayans brother? You know what? In certain situations, I could be. But I told dude, he says, well, we're going to go back in there. Next time we go over there. I said, oh, sure we are. I'm not fucking going back in there. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I'll stay outside. And on top of it, dude is kind of handicapped. So if we did get in trouble down there and he got knocked over, it would be a problem. It would be a serious problem because the way to get away from a bear is to run faster than the person you're with.
Well, there's no bears in there.
I don't give a shit.
There won't be many bears down there, Lawrence. So
I'm using that as an example.
There's no bears in there. The only thing you might have to worry about in there is like somebody might be living in there, or
that's what I kept expecting to see. But
or you might have what you got there? Oh yeah, in a second. Or you might have something else going on in there, like some people hanging out in there doing drugs or something.
Yeah. We did see evidence of that.
Yeah.
Few beer cans, people go, but now the other bunker, two of the bunkers are completely overgrown, except for the lookout points and where the guns used to be. And on one, it's completely cleaned. They've scraped, they've refaced it and everything. And they actually have a wood catwalk that you can walk up to the gunnery tower. So next time we go back there, I want to fly from there because that gunnery tower is the tallest thing in the area, because the 2 bunkers are down low and then another gunnery tower slightly higher, looking out over the water. So I figure if I fly from there, I should be able to cover the entire area. In fact, all 3 bunkers. But it was an experience.
Okay.
I think we all want to now see the FPV inside the bunker. What do you reckon?
Desmond, stop it. You're starting to sound like Paul. You're starting to sound like Paul, David.
Attaboy, David. You stick right in there, buddy.
No, but I actually do have footage. The GoPro footage sucks because I had to turn it to 1600. I'm pissed because then I came out to fly. You could see him walking around with his light and me showing the walls and the graffiti and listening to me talk about, dude, I'm not going, but so far, I wasn't bullshit. I wasn't going down underground. We were already underground, and then to go wherever those stairs went, no. So you see holes when you see holes in the ground, you leave them.
What's the worst that can happen?
I don't give a shit. If I had a 44 on me, we good. A 44 and a night vision, we're good. But I'm not going to, dude, they slapped the GoPro out your hand. They slapped the phone out your hand. Now you can't see where the fuck you're going. You're dead.
Well, here's the deal. You got to go back and explore this place and scope it out.
Yeah.
We might be able to go in there and clean it out and open up a club with free location.
Hey, Lawrence. Hey, Lawrence, Herman has assigned you a mission.
You're lucky this is your show because I would have muted you, Herman.
Lawrence, check it out. We could stay upstairs outside. All them young kids love getting that COVID. They can go down there and dance and have a good old time.
Hey, what do you say? Have a rave party, get in and get out? Yo, did you hear Herman on the news yesterday or the day before? The firemen, they show the firemen, you know how they have the giant angle grinder that grinds through on blocks? They're like, sparks are flying all over the place. The firemen cut the locks off of this building. They went inside and there were over 300 people in this warehouse and they're partying and drunk and high. They had actually locked them in so nobody would know, but the neighbors were complaining that they smelled marijuana and heard loud noises coming out of a building that's supposed to be closed.
Do the police still come for that?
The police came. The firemen opened it up, and the police actually let everybody else go. But the building owner who was there and the manager who was running the party both got arrested.
Yeah, it's a big thing over here at the moment with the restrictions we're in, busting parties like that.
Yo, Lawrence.
The Walking Dead were in Atlanta.
Lawrence, you know what happened? This story. I still find this totally hilarious to this day. It cost me money, but it was the funniest thing I ever heard in my entire life. Denaja went to a party, rooftop party one night, a couple of years ago, and she made the mistake of putting her bag
Yeah, I remember
down on this skylight, right? And Paul, check this out. Desmond. Some kid, I don't know, he must have been drunk or whatever, stupid, dancing, jumped on top of the skylight.
You know the skylights on the roof?
Skylight?
Yeah.
It looks straight down into the building.
You're talking about the flat ones, right?
Yes.
He jumped on top of that thing dancing. And it was like 1,000, 1,000.
And he fell through. No, there were on the roof of the building. So can you imagine you're watching him dance and he's showing off, and all of a sudden,
boom!
He went straight to the first floor.
Did they have to scrape him off?
Yes. What's up, Stevie?
The police came, the fire department came, party over.
Yeah, the party ended after that. But you think you only see stuff like that on TV. It really does happen.
So, you know, remember Wile E. Coyote? He's like, yes. And she's telling me the story. She's all upset, and I'm dying.
She gets mad at him because he's laughing.
He is dying.
She gets mad because he's laughing.
And we both reference the same Wile E. Coyotes. And she's mad. He did survive the fall. He broke up both his legs and his arm, but
yeah, he did survive the fall. But can you imagine? He's standing there dancing on the skylight.
I just wish I could have seen the security camera of him just banging off.
On the way down.
Somebody must have photos, video of that.
You remember police?
You
remember Police Academy? Bobcat Goldthwait. He played the bad guy in it, and there was a flight of stairs going to their lair, which was like a lion's den or something. And at the end of it, the police come to raid the place, and he gets pushed down the stairs. And as he's falling, he's going boom, boom, boom. Oh, that didn't hurt. Boom, boom. Oh, ow, boom, boom. I'm okay. And he's tumbling down. That's what this guy must have sounded like. I mean, fortunately, he survived, which is the good thing. But
it makes it funny because he survived it.
And if you were drunk or high, that must have sobered you the hell up really quick.
Can you imagine? After he went down, people looking in the hole. Oh shit!
And him laying on the ground. Oh,
You could. They said they couldn't see him. It was too dark, and he was way downstairs.
wow. It wasn't. He probably got lucky if he did hit something to slow down.
Mm.
All right, we're gonna do a drop.
Yeah. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those
guys. What's up, Stevie? How are you, man? Hope all is well. I'm looking forward. Stevie came out here to fly with us, Herman.
Yeah.
A few weeks back, and I think he's launching that video sometime this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I sent him some FPV footage, so I was interested to see how he incorporates it into his video. But we got to get you to come back out here, Stevie, because that train bridge. Casey Neistat just tweeted a picture of a new drone in a case. He just got a Skydio. Casey Neistat, if he just got a Skydio, he's behind the times.
Yep.
He doesn't know what to do.
You don't want
to
talk.
If he showed Paul his supporters and his fans more love, he wouldn't be so disliked here in New York.
Well, he has to certain people, but what I will say is this: with Skydio now doing what they're doing, this is a good idea to put one in his hands right now.
Yeah, with his millions of followers, right?
Because now you're revamping. You can, they keep putting that. Every time you turn around, Skydio is mentioned for something.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody, and so does Paul, who won't be happy with Skydio.
Yeah, Skydio's got a bad name with John DiNardo.
Oh,
yeah.
He had a crash with it, and it didn't see the branch,
mm-hmm.
which it should have.
He's got to get the eagle view.
He sent it back 2.5 months ago, and they still haven't. He just heard from them 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
They had it for a month and a half.
Well, don't they got them college-educated kids working on that?
Yeah.
See how I cleaned that one up?
They have a bunch of educated kids working on it.
If they were watching Roger's stream the other day, they'd be worried because John had it highlighted on the map. He knows where it is. The boys will be round.
Yep.
Yeah, I cleaned that one up, Lawrence, and college-educated kids. You did
a good job there, Herman.
Well, all I know is Skydio, I think, is making a good move because and the site, I still have the link up. Do I? I still have the link. I can bring it up. You didn't mention DJI also, Herman.
Well, I was kind of holding that one for Tom because he was the one that knew more about it than I did.
But do that. I'm gonna go back to Facebook and pull
what
up.
I wanted you to do was to show, if you could show that drone racing league video. That one was something that I thought was nice.
Yeah, I could do that.
I mean, you just can't have the sound.
This is true. Hold on a second. Share. Share.
I think Corey had said something about that drone racing league thing. What's it?
Hold on. I'm trying to find a damn mute. You know what? Here.
On the screen.
I just cut the sound down. But these are the graphics of it. I wish you guys could see it a little bigger than what it is, but they're not allowing. You know what? Here, you know what? I'm actually going to find the link. Give me a second. I'm going to find the link and
hit the share would have brought up the.
No, I'm going to go straight to YouTube and do it. Hold on.
Yeah, but if you'd have hit the share on that, they would have brought up the YouTube video for you.
Yeah, I did it kind of ass backwards. Oh, DRL on Xbox. Oh, here it is. First look. This is all right. Got it. Just let the commercial go by, and then I will bring it up. Another commercial. They're making good money off of this. And I just had to watch it. Okay. I know whose channel it is. Come on, let's get it out the way. Everybody does all of this. All right, here it is. I got it. Well, this is what the graphics looks like in Drone Racing League. And these are actual places around the world, minus the blimp and a few other things. But some of these are actual spots where you can
Well,
fly.
no.
I
This
don't think
particular-
those jets would be parked on grass like that, but that's
This
just
guy apparently don't know how to fly. Fail. Let's go back and try and find something else, something that's a little
That's what I told
ACL.
you.
Drone Racing League Simulator by Xbox. Here we go, Herman. This is the original one. Okay, but of course, here we go. Let me put it back. Xbox, you can get the logo. I'll give that to you guys. Hold on 1 second. There we go.
Yeah.
Now, this is supposed to be an actual plane yard somewhere. This is as close to as diving in FPV. That's the kind of stuff I like to do, to cruise
Now
in.
they got courses that are all over the world where
Yes.
you can race the same courses that they're going to be racing in the championship series,
Yes.
and you're going to fly the same drones that they're going to be flying.
Everyone does have the same drone, which makes it kind of even. So it is based on flying skill. And the winner, they're going to have small contests, which means the winner of these contests, online contests, will be considered and brought to wherever they're going to have a certain tournament, and you will race to become a professional DRL racing pilot. Now, as far as simulation and the actual courses and stuff, I don't think you can get any better than that. Seriously.
Well, don't forget that its premieres Wednesday, October 21st, 2020 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC, SN,
I'm an Xbox
Twitter,
fan too.
Twitter, and Facebook. Watch.
Tim Jackson.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim Jackson. So, guys, don't forget, don't forget, if you're interested, you can check that out.
Hey, Ludo.
And all the competitions will be taking place on the simulator.
Now, the winner of this competition will be brought into DRL and put up against some of the real pilots to see how you do with an actual machine. Tim Jackson, how are you, sir? What's going on? Hope all is well.
David's got to run, guys. So
yes, David. Thanks for coming in, brother.
He's got a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I was waiting for a gap.
Okay.
So thanks for the invite, and
no problem.
you take
Thanks
care.
for coming in, David. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
We'll see you again, David.
See you again, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's Stevie Bronx, Capture Life Connection, says his brothers are more serious gamers. You want to know what? I'm 56 years old, and if you're a kid, I will make you cry. I'm a serious Xbox gamer. If you saw my list of games and how I play and how I warm up, it might be why I don't have arthritis now. But when it does kick in, I'll probably be like this. And still, by then, I'll be playing Xbox with my mind, so it won't matter. I won't need my hands. Good, Tim. I'm glad. Are you off today, or are you getting ready to go into work, or you already at work cheating? I know you're not driving and chatting with us. I hope you're not.
What's good, Tim?
I've tried all the Xboxes. In my opinion, in your opinion, Xbox is best. I'm going to tell you something random, Rock Paints. It's true. The joystick is more ergonomically designed, which is easier on your fingers. Unfortunately, I seem to be the joystick killer because I haven't run into an Xbox controller that I can't break yet.
Well, I'll tell you this from what I've noticed from both of them.
But then I'm 6'3".
You've got the Xbox may be a better built system,
but the PlayStation has better processing.
But the PlayStation will give you more games.
Yes, PlayStation gives you more
You'll
games
always
because
find they'll have more games.
PlayStation is the closest to real gaming. I mean, computer gaming and processing. It's all a matter of having the processing power to load all these graphics. And will admit this: I have not played on the Xbox S, as in Sam, or the Xbox X, as in X-ray. But from what I understand, that one that they have, the Xbox X in X-ray, is going to be pretty tight. The 4K quality on it is,
Stevie.
the 4K quality on it can be real good. The buttons will fail on you. This is true. You go to press a button and it stays in.
On what,
You
the
double
Xbox?
tap it to come out, and the joysticks that are lined up like this from racing. I have a joystick that leans in like that when you don't even touch it. Yeah, that happens to my hands. I will paint with my feet or use my mouth to hold the paintbrush. See, you understand. You understand that that's actually how I relax. Herman will tell you plenty of times we'll be talking. It'd be like, I'm gonna go do this, and I'm like, I'm gonna go play some Xbox.
Lawrence throws the family off the sofa so he can play Xbox.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
gotta see it, Paul. It's like like a bear comes in and sits down and plays Xbox.
Yeah.
They gotta go find something else to do.
I sit there and have a drink and enjoy myself and indulge in some Call of Duty, World of Warships. I don't like particularly play sports. Baseball I like, but the basketball, Madden. I'm a big fan of Madden, but my nephew retired me last year, so
Retired you.
I hand the torch off to him. For years I was busting his ass. Last year him and my son both. For years I was killing them in Madden. Now I just can't beat them no more.
Well, you gotta
I
go play
really,
my nephew.
huh?
You gotta go play my nephew. Watch him run the score up on you.
Yeah, my nephew, we made a deal. If he scored 100 on me, I'd retire. He scored 100 on me, and I was trying everything. But now, if we're playing a shooter game, Paul.
There you go. I was thinking about you for Halloween. It just popped in the
Hey,
mind.
Diane.
They're not doing Halloween.
Someone said I
this
should
year.
wear this for Halloween. When my wife goes, that would be cool.
Yep.
Oh God, that would be hot.
Yeah, and some malicious
sweaty.
person would walk by and set me on fire. Except we're not going anywhere for Halloween. We're not doing a Halloween thing this year.
Yeah, nobody's doing Halloween this year.
This is called COVID-ween because, wow, they have all the those are all of the. They look like giant dogs, standing dogs. Look, that's a Labradoodle. Go back to the black one.
Black one, right there.
There was a black one there. There's a Labradoodle.
Yeah.
The other one look like a polar bear. What the hell?
This is what I'm saying. Now tell me that doesn't no.
No.
See, now.
Star Wars know they doing this?
Paul?
I think that's you right there.
No, they're not. My daughter said they look like those mop dogs.
Yeah, see, I got the one that's got the gray hair because he's a little older.
You can tell he's a little older. Yeah. Well, I don't have any hair up here, Paul, and they don't have a bald one.
So everybody let's get together and get Lawrence.
Tim Jackson says it looks like his ex-girlfriend, the one with the gray hair.
Tim, that's not a good reflection on you.
That's Tim. Were you drinking before she was your ex-girlfriend?
Well, before
she was your girlfriend. Ask because you do know. And now hold on, Herman. I'm gonna get serious about this because you do know. I've seen people go in a bar and go, "Oh, you see that chick over there? And she's all right, But after he's had one or two drinks, he's like, "You see that chick over there? She wants me." So I'm wondering if it was that kind of situation, Tim. Was alcohol involved? That's all I want to know, because your ex-girlfriends usually involve alcohol. I'm just saying from personal experience.
Understand.
I'm just saying from personal experience. Beer goggles.
I just think that it's crazy.
Because I do know there are a few men that
Right.
they go into a bar and they're like, the chicks in here are okay. They're like playing James, and then like the third or fourth drink, they're like, yo, I'm gonna go get that chick my number. Like a couple of more shots of tequila. Yo, she looks like J-Lo. You know, alcohol will do it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Agent K? Tim, if your ex-girlfriend looks like that, we need to have a talk offline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell nobody that.
Yeah. That's not a good. That's not a good reflection on you.
You're coming, six-pack Kelly. You know? Was that her name? Six-pack Kelly.
And here comes Tom.
Stop, man. Hey, what's up, Ray Kelly? How are you, man?
You know what?
I wouldn't tell nobody that.
Yeah, that's not a good reflection. Tom, you gotta do that.
Coming, six-pack Kelly. You know?
I can't wait till this is monetized. All I got now is the PayPal, but
I would have gave you.
You guys are hilarious.
I know, right? What's up, Tom? Well, Tom's left. Tom's gone.
Yeah, Tom, he's here.
Tom's here.
I see you. Okay.
Gonna light up my world. That's all.
I got you.
Okay.
Man, work is really getting in the way of my life, man.
Well, unfortunately, we don't live in that 1%, so we have to.
Yeah, I know. That's what really blows. But hey, such is life, man.
And in there on the plate.
So
Right
Tom,
there. Put it in a toaster oven. Split it open, toaster oven.
how was your day?
I just came out of a budget meeting where the city has no money, but we had to talk for 2 hours anyway. I mean, so
because Tom, that's working for the city. I used to be a
have to justify our
I used to be a
existence.
teacher.
Right. Exactly. I was going to say that. So Tom,
Scary.
you had sent me a link basically there was something that I had talked about before. We were talking about, with the incidents, there's been, the smashing of DJI, but this came back again when you mentioned it. You showed this to me the other day about this, them revolutionizing the situation awareness with this prize platform for the
Actually, the name of it is Primary Flight Display.
Yes.
Okay. And they actually had to come out with this. It wasn't much of a choice really, because you released the Matrice 300, you gotta up your game a bit, and the interface it's pretty ancient, to say the least. Sorry everybody, I don't mean to get your motion sick. I just knocked over my little tripod there, but
hey, classic.
When you're operating those larger birds, you really need to stay focused, and you're not looking at the aircraft anymore.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of times
you are immersed in the screen. You have visual observers to actually watch the aircraft.
Right.
So the community of pilots out there kept on saying the same thing. We need the six-pack. We need the six-pack. Right. Now, for those of you that don't know, the six-pack is basically your airspeed indicator, your altitude indicator, your attitude indicator, vertical speed, heading, and turn coordination, right?
Yes.
So with that, basically what you're looking at is, and I just put up the YouTube link, so if one of you want to grab it and run it on screen, you can. This actually puts everything in, where you expect it to be, more like a HUD, more like a heads-up display. So you can see your controls, superimposed over your image. And it, to me, it makes a huge difference, because it allows the operator, the pilot, to stay immersed in the operation.
Yes.
Okay.
It gives a lot of information on the screen, though. and it's not being
There's a lot of
great.
stuff going on. Yeah.
I just paused it so you could talk about it, and I noticed in the top middle of the screen right here, there's an airplane with sensors, meaning that you are definitely hooked into Lance in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, well,
I like,
remember, this is at the enterprise level now, okay?
Yeah.
This is, you're looking at a Matrice 300 image up in the sky right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so you are definitely connected.
that's a beautiful picture, though.
You do have ADSB. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
When the camera costs more than the aircraft,
You
it better
see,
be a good picture,
You got
right?
two horizon lines. You have your
Altitude and speed.
yeah, but they
Well,
also show on the side here for your obstacle avoidance above and below you.
Mhm.
Right. So realize what you're seeing on screen right away is, okay, center, middle, you have your heading indicator, right? Your line
Right
going
here.
across really is your attitude indicator. Then you'll see along the right-hand side, you have your altitude.
Hold
okay?
on, I don't know what
And-
happened there. I blew that. Here.
And that's okay. You have it up on the screen right now.
There
okay,
you go.
it's back again. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So you can tell, okay, so they're starting to show it is in the call outs. You get your wind speed, you get your vertical speed. Okay. So you get your air speed. Everything is right on the screen for you. Okay, so that you can keep your eyes planted in the meat of the assignment instead of having to cull information off the perimeter of the screen.
Right.
Okay?
It's in front of you like a fighter pilot, a heads up display. Like
Exactly.
But what I had
Exactly.
liked about this, not to cut you off, Tom, you see when the obstacle avoidance it shows you
object too
how
far
above-
for laser rangefinder.
Oh,
how-
wait, guys. Hey, it even gets crazier.
how
Okay.
far below those obstacles are below.
Yeah, not only that, but what they're not showing is what they show at the bottom of the screen. Okay, what they're showing, yeah, right. If you could zoom that, right, everybody wasn't getting to see that. You are actually seeing the contour of obstacles in your path. They have an image, and I thought of you right away, Lawrence, when I saw it. They were flying between bridge stanchions. I was thinking about your L run. Okay, I was thinking about your Rockaway L run there. Okay, but as they were going through, you could see on that indicator below the obstacle indicator how all of a sudden you had the structure of the concrete around you in this narrow band to get through. So the great thing about a display like this is
Lawrence has that video.
I can navigate straight through those obstacles. I know whether I fit or not. It's not a guess.
Yes.
It's not I'll get close and think about it. When you're flying these types of missions, you don't have the time to take a step back, look again. No, you're going on a mission here. Just like a fighter pilot, right? You got to get from point A to point B. You
this thing has 36 satellites. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence, remember when I told you that this drone is actually feeling everything around it?
Yes.
This is what I was talking about.
Well, see, right here, I paused it. As you see, it sees an obstacle right here.
Yeah, right, but it's telling you your wind speed and gives you ground speed, and it also gives you altitude from mean sea level.
But guys, blind spots. Okay?
No more.
Blind spots. It's looking at what you as the operator have to deal with is those blind spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So think about it. If I'm backing out of something, but I want to maintain the image on there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do we always do? We got to turn the bird around first, take a look. Is there anything behind us? Then turn back and then back out.
True.
Okay. Remember, a lot of this is born around the issues where you don't have time to do a lot of those. Now, if you looked at that last image where they showed the Matrice 300, you notice the props are below and not above.
I did. Which gives,
and that's so you can get under structures and get in a lot closer. Okay, a lot safer.
Global Drones was saying, do goggles help?
Well, that would be wild with goggles. Okay.
Yeah, the objective is, well, that bird is not to be flown by a single person anyway. You have an
No.
actual pilot and you have a
And you have a
cameraman.
camera operator. No, actually, what we term as a payload operator.
Okay.
Because
okay.
remember, you can have multiple payloads on this
That's
bird.
true.
So
That's true.
So you can definitely have your cameras, and in that case, you could have a 30 power optical zoom. You could have an XT2 camera or the newer camera that's out with
Or
the better
FLIR,
thermal imaging,
FLIR system.
right? Which is the thermal imaging cameras, right? But also you have environmental sensors. Okay, so you need that other operator that can operate those, gather the intel that you're out there for, the data that you're looking for.
Right.
So the pilot can stay on his mission, and the mission is coordinated. And again, it's when you say it's a multiple operator, you're not kidding. It's at least 2 operators and normally 3 or 4. Okay, because you'll have the pilot, you'll have the payload specialist, and then you'll have normally 1 or 2 visual observers, and sometimes even more depending on how they have to maintain visual line of sight.
And then this drone can actually work with 2 pilots, can it?
Yeah, well, yes. You have a primary and a secondary. You can always turn over operations. The primary can always take operations back. Okay.
Right.
If the secondary pilot, so that's very useful for training exercises and stuff.
Yeah.
When you want to really tax your pilots, you put them through certain things, and if they're starting to freak out, you can take over controls and save your
True.
investment.
You can always
up in the
have
sky.
You can always have
right?
your hands on the
Also,
button.
It's think about it like the driving school instructors extra brake pedal. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
They
but it
used
could-
to have
it
the
could
brake on their
also-
side.
Right.
It could also
Remember
be
that?
used in the situation where if you had your team spread out amongst a long area, it can fly a certain area, and the next guy could take over with his spotters or visual observers and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could be used
Yeah.
multiple different ways. But when you said this to me, I was like, oh, here we go again with this.
Now,
This is-
here's
I
my
said,
follow-up
I
question.
love
Here's my
this
follow-up
thing.
question. What freaking monitor are you telling me I got to put this on, bro? Come on, give me something. Okay.
Well, doesn't this work on
Yeah,
their,
this is
on
yeah,
their
they're
smart
super
controller
duper.
of the
Yeah.
that comes with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But release this down to me. Spread this wealth out. That's what you hope for, right?
Right.
And support my Crystal Sky, or somebody tell me what Ken Dono was showing on a screen the other day. That he says is 1,000 nit brightness and a hell of a lot cheaper. Anybody know?
No. I have
Anybody
no
catch
idea.
that?
No, I didn't.
I have no idea. Right.
I could look, but I didn't. But anything that I know.
Because I know
that
he
brightness-
mentioned.
Yeah.
I know he mentioned. Well, somebody mentioned in the thread
Why don't you ask?
because he wasn't forthcoming.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
pure
I
and
got
simple. He
you.
wasn't
I got
forthcoming.
you.
So
got
he's gonna. I guess he's gonna do a video on it,
Well, he'll
which
be
is
on
good.
tonight, I think. Yeah, 9:30, 9 o'clock.
Possibly.
Yeah,
But
he'll
he
be
said
on-
no. It's a sustained 1,000 nit,
Okay.
and it looks ruggedized, and I believe it's got an HDMI out.
Oh,
which
he
is
says
good.
it was an Android tablet.
So my question is that the active
Albuquerque.
tab?
You know what?
Is
They
that-
do have a new
Is
tablet
that the
out.
Samsung
They have a
active tab?
Samsung, right? They have a new tablet out right now.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that might be what it is. That might be the active tab.
Okay.
But he had photoshopped some of the details on it, so you couldn't actually
Okay.
tell. You couldn't see any branding or anything on it. But somebody did mention. I know he works for a company that sells this kind of equipment, and somebody quipped that aren't you cutting into your boss's Crystal Sky sales? So my answer to that is I only hope so. I'm hoping for. I mean, if they're not going to support the Crystal Sky, then what's next? Right.
You know, I'm really saddened by that because I
I
know a
tell
lot of people
people-
like. Go ahead, Herman.
No, I tell all the Crystal Sky people, I mean, the only thing that you can do, truthfully, is go on DJI support and keep hounding them and hounding them and hounding the shit out of them till somebody does something.
Yeah, so I get the obligatory robo responses, and then after I do that for a while, and then I post online and I hashtag it a bit. Then
Yeah.
I get somebody with a complete ignorance to what I'm even talking about. So it's like the battle of wills, who's going to persevere. So I agree with you. I mean, I had to do that with the swollen batteries. Okay. I had
Okay.
to post it all over Facebook before they would acknowledge that there was even that I even existed. Okay. But yeah, I've gone at them half a dozen times now already about Crystal Sky support.
Everybody's got
and
to do it.
and Paul knows it too. I mean, Paul, we're running on an antiquated version.
Yep.
At this
And
point,
if it wasn't,
and there's no reason for it.
If it wasn't for the fact, Tom, that it was so friggin' bright in the sunlight,
Yeah,
we'd really be pissed.
no, we'd walk away a long time ago. I mean, that's the thing here. It's, the people who have seen a crystal sky and the people who haven't seen a crystal sky. Those are the two classes of people in our little world here. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you see that 2000 nit brightness screen,
Yep.
If you are over the age of 35, okay, there is no way you would want any other screen at that point.
Well, yeah,
okay?
when you talk to a lot of guys too, the first thing they say is, "Oh, in bright sunlight, I'm always looking for a shade, or I want to get underneath something." Or no,
Yeah, Albuquerque. I I've gone after them a few different ways, and I'll get the supposed VP of this or that reach out to me and tell me how they're working forward towards this. And then I'll run across the same people in my professional life. And it's like, yeah, we're not really sure they're going to be moving forward here. But nobody will give me any level of real detail. So. But yeah, I tell you, if I could get that primary flight display, if you could make that a switch in DJI Go 4 or give it to me on Pilot, man, I would take that right away.
I would love that on Go 4.
I would love that screen. Everything is right there where you need it.
You would like that on Go 4, Lawrence?
It's in the sweet spot.
Yeah. Do you know why? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My problem is I don't see any system coming like that until another bird comes out. Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, because you don't have the sensor package that you need to support.
Right, exactly.
Right. But look, I'm pretty sure you already covered the Skydio topic you wanted to talk about, Herman. But look at that precise imaging and all that's being touted and the things that are coming out. And you're talking about these platforms having tons of sensors in them. Okay. Multiple arrays of sensors where they are actually intelligent in their environment. So that I think makes a huge difference in once you can start to add those sensor packages. Yeah, the data you can get back, the useful data you can get back. Okay. But what you also got to be concerned about, and what the reason why I like this primary flight display, first off, I like the name because it makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, what I like is, to me, it's decluttered. To me, I see past those indicators and I can see my imagery while still having the brain attached to all the telemetry I'm getting back.
And see, that's the same concept, Tom, with the new cars now. They're giving the speedometers a heads-up display, so you're looking at the windshield. You don't have to take that millisecond to look at the dash.
Bought the wife Hyundai Kona. She really liked it, and it fits her. It's perfect. She's 4'11". It's the perfect car for her. Okay, it's an SUV in her size. That has a heads-up display in it.
Now you know what's funny about that, Tom.
I love it.
Did that back on the first. If you remember when Nissan, they did it for 1 year on the Maxima. When they first went from that square body shape in the 80s to the 90s model.
Yeah.
They did that right on the windshield and they stopped it.
If I'm not mistaken, you can get it on 3 Series Beamers. I mean, you can order the HUD as an option, but
the actual,
for it to come standard, If it came standard on a Hyundai Kona, okay,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you, I enjoy driving it.
Right, because you don't have to take that millisecond it takes to take your
You don't
eye
have
off
to
the road and look down at your.
navigation, my speed, whether I'm on cruise control or not.
Oh, so
Okay.
navigation is hooked up in the HUD also.
It's
That's
right up
great.
there on
So
the HUD.
you know a
So
turn's
turn by
coming up.
turn.
You know a turn's
Okay.
coming up, right?
Yeah, and it does make things a little more relaxing. Okay. If you can remove the stress out of things. Hey guys, we're a bunch who remember driving around. We were the class of people. Remember, our wives would complain we'd never stop to ask directions, right? Okay. Now you don't need to. I think the most stressful part of those family outings back in the day was getting lost, because the last thing you wanted to do was get lost with the kids in the back seat.
This
every
is
2
true,
seconds
but the
asking
most
you whether you were there or
the
not.
most stressful part was stopping at a gas station to get a map while the wife is saying, "I told you should have got it before we left."
Yeah, exactly.
You remember those days? I'm
You know
sure.
what?
Dude, I remember the
Take
days
the wheel.
driving an emergency vehicle with a laminated Hagstrom map, trying to figure out a neighborhood I was working overtime in that I didn't know. Like, that didn't impact 911 response, right? Okay, so
And everything's been
Yeah.
simplified, though.
yeah, I well, you wish, you hope it gets a little more intuitive. Recently there was an intersection accident between 2 emergency vehicles, both trying to be in the same space at the same time, going to 2 separate incidents, and that happens all across the country. So there's companies out there who have developed dashboards and tracking equipment that alerts emergency vehicle operators. So, we talk about remote ID
Right,
and stuff
you
like
see
that. There's
ambulances
stuff
getting
out there.
sidewiped all the time.
Well, when you have a collision between a 100-foot tower ladder rolling to a job and an ambulance, I'm pretty sure the 25-ton vehicle is going to win out.
Is going to win.
Yeah. On an ambulance, you're talking about
Maybe
7 tons.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
If
you know
that,
who's
yeah.
winning in that one. But if you have an indicator that's letting you know somebody else is approaching,
Right. Right.
okay, then the foot's going to be over the correct pedal.
This is true.
So, but this is the same kind of technology. I mean, if we're able to track those vehicles moving around, right? And by the way, that system I'm talking about is in production already. And
Okay.
there's actually Waze integration. So at some point in time,
That's
Waze
good,
will be
'cause that'll
providing
work
the
with,
regular.
that'll work with construction sites and
Yes.
well, whatever happened,
Yeah.
you guys remember at one time, this was many years ago, someone was talking about an EMS service, that system that worked when fire trucks were heading in the direction of a fire. The stoplights ahead would give
Oh,
them.
yeah, that exists. Unfortunately, does not work here. Okay.
Yeah, in New
Not
York.
that it wasn't tried. Okay. But it doesn't work here.
But
First off,
I remember that system, and I wonder what came of it, because New York was a big fail. I don't know if it works anywhere else, though.
no, it does work in other places. Plenty of places across this country use those systems where they're tied into the traffic signal devices, and as the apparatus gets close to that device, it changes the signal
Agreed,
in their
Stevie.
benefit. Okay.
He says his truck tells him he's too close
Yeah.
to a car. It indicates
Right.
when you're going out of your lane, and the seats vibrate when you get a notification on the display.
So those eye vision systems you see in that upper section of the windshield. I saw what the computer we had the company in on my job to talk about that, because we were talking about retrofitting vehicles that didn't have collision avoidance with this.
Okay.
And there are packages out there. They're not cheap, but there are packages to do that. So the company that actually builds this for there was hardly an auto manufacturer I didn't see on their list. Okay. That they provide the system to. So I would say this is probably the premier company. They came in and actually showed us. They had they had somebody who was driving down Flatbush Extension, going over the Manhattan Bridge to Canal Street. Okay.
Okay.
But we were not only seeing what they had a GoPro on the dash, we were also seeing what the computer, that iVision computer, was seeing.
Okay.
And it was amazing because it was spotting targets in milliseconds.
Yeah.
It was
you need that low
qualifying and
latency.
right. It was qualifying them and quantifying them as a pedestrian or a vehicle or a bicycle or an obstruction or the lane indicator.
Mhm.
Now, the good thing about that is maybe now New York City will actually put down lane markers. Okay.
I
So,
know.
that's the big problem you have here is they're not well marked roadways.
True.
But they even pick up the stripes on the streets. They pick up the reflectors. My car tells me if I'm slightly, too close to the divider line.
Mhm.
Okay. And my car vibrates too, and it tells me if I'm getting too close. I can select my travel distance behind the vehicle. I actually, on one trip testing it, came from all the way up in Dutchess County, all the way to Queens, made it as far as Bell Boulevard, and I was on adaptive cruise control the entire time.
Wow.
I kept my foot over the brake pedal, but at no time did I touch the gas or touch the brake. And that was a relaxing trip, actually, because nothing can put me to sleep quicker than bumper to bumper traffic. And if we do the Chinese fire drill and the wife gets out and drives and I sit in the passenger seat, I am wide awake, man. I am wide awake. I can't sleep. But if you put me behind that wheel and I gotta
all
stop
of a sudden it's like sleepy gas.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why are you wide awake in the passenger seat?
Well, I'm watching what my wife's up to. What do you think, dude?
The wife's driving makes them. The wife's driving makes them nervous. That's what it is.
Yeah, she's a good driver. She better be. I just bought her a nice electric bike. She better know. Okay. But those systems are amazing.
Yeah, but
And,
what's funny? I watched how technology increases and changes. Yeah, remember I told you I had a GTI lines. I told you, Tom, years back, a lot of guys I know were putting the cameras in the mirror, in the front, and in the back of the car. So, and not just a not just a dash cam, but so that they can actually record what's going on while they're on the road.
All over.
In case of an accident.
Yeah. But there was, in fact, one of the first vehicles when we started putting cameras on things. One of the first vehicles we saw, they had cameras on all sides, right? And it painted a 3D. It painted a complete overhead view. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
Which was, so cool. And now you see it in production vehicles out there.
That's true.
I know on the Lincoln Navigator and all, you actually see a top-down view of your vehicle.
Yes.
And as you're rolling through the obstacles, you actually see the obstacles because what it's doing, it's just like the Insta360, right?
Yes.
It's stitching those images together.
Yes, it does.
So, which, by the way, I just picked up an Insta360 and I'm loving the heck out.
Oh, you should like that.
Okay.
Look out.
A few people have the 360, the Insta360.
Yeah, the 1R. This is the 1R.
The 1R,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So
I'm
going to put it on a mount on the handlebar with the invisible selfie stick coming out the front. So, but what's great about that is you set it and forget it.
That would be great
roll around
for the guy that really can't ride.
And then you come back. Yeah,
the
exactly.
Editing, the editing is going to be phenomenal, Tom.
Yeah, because now I was playing with it the other day. I can cut and snip my points of view from that, and even I can even take the same point of view from the same footage, multiple points of view from the same footage, and cut it together. So it's pretty amazing. They do have a drone kit that actually separates the two cameras.
They do. Yes, it fits on the Mavic series.
On the Mavic
series, it takes the one camera and it makes the drone totally invisible, and it will stitch everything together in a full 360 ball, and you won't even see what bird it's on.
They have that for your drone, don't they, Lawrence? That Mavic you have?
What happened?
They have it for the one that you have, don't you? Don't they?
For the Mavic Pro that I have, no.
Yeah.
The only one that they have fits on the Mavic 2 series right now.
Yes, the Mavic 2
But you
series right
can
now.
3D print. You can 3D print it for different birds.
Yeah,
It-
because in the kit though, they provide you another 3D camera.
yes.
Okay. Then the 3D camera out of the mod kit, and then your core unit slips in.
Right.
Okay. So it's got it's got a 190-degree camera on the bottom. It's got a 190-degree camera on the top. It stitches the two of them together, and anything sitting in that midline gets
erased out.
disappeared.
It's cropped out.
Doesn't exist.
It's actually cropped out. Yes.
Okay.
So one of the things I had to learn to do with it, playing around with it, was when I had the selfie stick set up on it, and instead of putting it on the selfie stick like this, and as you're rolling, the selfie stick flexes a little, occasionally you would spot the selfie stick.
Right.
Okay. Because when the selfie stick bent, now this lens is starting to see it, right?
Right.
So instead, the strategy is turn your camera this way.
Okay.
And now as it bounces on the vertical, right?
Right. You don't
Now
see
as
that.
it bounces,
You don't see that.
you never see the selfie stick. So
And then you also
yeah.
have to realize that there's great stabilization on that camera as well.
yeah, the flow state on it was very nice.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
impressed by it. So for B-roll and stuff, it's going to be great.
Well, it
you
should
know.
be real interesting
Yeah.
because you can catch that bug splatting you onto your screen as you're
I just can't wait
flying.
for that. Yeah.
That's it. Something like that would make great footage for the guy that can't ride.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the adventures, right? The ride-alongs. So yeah, it's on my list of videos, Herman. Don't you worry. Okay.
I look forward to seeing that stuff.
Well, I'm probably shooting the unboxing. Mine just came in and it's sitting in the garage, still in the box. So I think
Which,
I'm doing
by the way,
I want to
the
see
unboxing on
I
Friday.
got to see the 9 with that microphone
Mhm.
casing setup.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than the internal mic that comes with it. That the noise reduction is really smooth on it. You're gonna like it if you invest in that particular kit. That mount that goes over it with the microphone in the corner. It has the
Well-
adapter for the light on top. Yeah, that microphone.
See, my
is really
plan-
good.
I have the Osmo Action that I figured while I'm riding, I'll throw on a chest strap. So this way you see the handlebars, you see the controller, you see the speed of the bike, right? And you see everything in front of me. And then with the 360 is hanging out in front, so I can show you everything that I see. I can look back at me and the wife, okay? And then I have it's been years now. I've had these Hero 5 sessions. When were they released? That's got to be 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Wow.
Hero 5 sessions. So, maybe I'll throw one of those on, on a frame mount or maybe on a hub mount on a back tire. So you see down along the ground line, but I'm going to play around with it. I'm excited about playing with it.
September 2016
Well, I want to see the video.
for the Hero
September
5
2016.
session.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Video.
I got 2 of them for my B-Day. Yeah, that's right.
See.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I want to see
Yeah.
the video. But guys, it's almost that time to get out
Yeah.
of here. But like I said earlier, don't forget New York City Drone Film Festival. That's October 24th and 25th. And the DRL, the Drone Racing League World Championships, the 21st of October, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget. So, guys.
Yeah, a couple good events. Yeah.
Oh,
And one other thing, Herman.
yes.
Am I the only one that sees the Phantom airframe in that
No.
photo?
No.
In that-
No, you're not. It's just there are
Okay.
others have decided to stay quiet until we see that FCC
Just waiting.
that FCC application.
Yeah.
But because Tom, it'll be the nose. Before we know it, it won't be the Phantom 4. It'll be the freaking toggle switch on something. How they do it.
No. The Kings of Deception. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
DJI, the Kings of Deception.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Good night, all.
So everyone on the panel, I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out tonight. And everyone in the chat, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. For without you, none of this would be possible.
Very,
And
very
please
true.
hit that thumbs up button.
And like I
if you
always
haven't
say,
already.
and I'll see you next time, Phantom Flight 101 with those guys.
Good night, all.
We appreciate you guys. Good night.